So Sean is going to finish off this week. I have a history of low back injuries from the military, and every time I tries to ease into squatting in my train, I get hurt again. I bulged a disc in my lumbar spine last year doing some goblet squats with a light weight. Okay, then I'm pretty sure that, Sean, my advice to you is not to squat, but we'll keep going. I'm doing a lot of strength training around squatting due to issues with my squat pattern, and I'm doing a deep dive into original strength programs, including Unlock Your Body and do lots of rocking. I'm so glad to hear you say that. I'm 6'4", 42-year-old male, currently at 208 pounds, about 95 kilos. I have lost a lot of fat, 18 pounds in the last 5 weeks. I don't know, 9-ish kilos. Yeah, in the last 5 weeks, and would like to put on some muscle. I know that without squatting it wouldn't be as effective, but until I have repaired my squat, is there anything you can recommend for hypertrophy? I usually train at home where I have 16 to 32 kilo bells, a pair of gymnastic rings, 85 pounds worth of Go Ruck plates, and 120 pounds worth of sandbags. A follow-up question would be, is there any age or any other criteria as to when someone should no longer attempt a back squatting program like Mass Made Simple? I would love to run that program in the future if I can fully repair my squat. I'm not sure at age 42, I'm getting the sense you're an American, why any American would want to put weight on. I've been there as a Highland Game athlete where I had to make the choice. Problem is, after probably 25, taking the weight off is much more difficult than putting the weight on. For a training program for hypertrophy, it's funny. I keep saying when the new book comes out, but something as simple as the armor building complex, and the way I have people do it is real simple. Well, here's the book, okay? Week 1, you do armor building, the ABC program. Week 1, I'll just say Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, just to keep it straight in my head. Monday, high rep presses. Wednesday, ABC. Friday, high rep presses. Week 2, ABC Monday, high rep press Wednesday, ABC Friday, and repeat. Ad vomitorium, and repeat until you're bored. I think that's a real good program. Now, I'm not sure if you can do double kettlebell front squats, but I would keep, if I were you, I would just, you have sandbags. Sandbag carries are wonderful for, really knitting your body back up, really tying things, getting that anaconda strength that's going to help with your lower back and probably your squat pattern too. Personally, I'd rather see you do like crawls dragging a sled, crawls dragging those Go Ruck plates. I'd rather see you doing on those gymnastics rings, TYI. I'd like you to feel good for a while. Keep on doing those original strength rocking movements, but maybe even just get out of your mind this own personal competition you're in about, I got to get there so I can do this program. Mass Made Simple, I love it. I think it's a great program, but it's written for American football players. It's written to these once or twice, these 6-week chunks where you're trying to build up the rugby player, the American football player, to get them bigger so they're harder to. The old joke in American football is everybody gets slower during the games, nobody gets smaller, and that's the idea. I mean, if you're just doing it as because I have a friend who he signed up for Ranger School just to say he could do it. It probably is not going to help his health long term to, eat grubs for a couple of weeks, but this was something he wanted to do. Did it help him long term in his military career? I don't know. So you finish Mass Made Simple. You've put on 15, 20 pounds more. Your thighs blow up. Your lower back gets a little glassy again because of all that high rep stuff. Was it worth it? So I really like you to do a cost to benefit analysis on this and think it through. I mean, I got great respect for the attempt. Don't think I don't respect that, but it is one of those things that's going to be hard over time to make more sense. You're 42, and not very long from now, you're going to be in your 50s. And in your 50s, you're going to notice that you're going to want to keep up as much lean body mass and as much mobility as you can possibly have in your body. And you want to keep some fast twitch muscle fibers going. If you crack that back again, it might make it a harder thing to do. It's interesting. I'm just going to stop here for a second, Sean. A bigger question would be, when should you stop squatting heavy? My own story, I was at the Olympic Training Center. Maybe I should mention where I was, but they told me this is the worst time I ever went. I was told that I needed to get on a high carb diet and get my squat through the roof. So I did. I squatted. My squat, I always use Vasily Alexiev's advice that your squat should never be more than 10 kilos above your clean and jerk. So when I was clean and jerking 175 kilos, 385, that meant, I would back squat 185, which is not very much, 407 or something like that. And I always felt good and I always threw far. Well, I drove my back squat up to 605 for 3. My stomach got distended. My joke always was, I couldn't walk up a flight of stairs, but I could pick it up. And my discus didn't go very far because I think the back squat, even at the max level, now I know there's powerlifters rolling their eyes right now. And I'm sure we're gonna get a few comments but long term, now the thing about being a track and field athlete is I can look out there and I can tell whether or not it worked or not. Getting my back squat up heavy did not help me throw farther. Straight. I know it because I could look at the distances at track meets. When I decided to take John Powell, the world record holder in the discus, his advice, he told me if he could do it all again, he would never squat over 225, 100 kilos. But he would always keep it at 10. So it becomes where do you want to stand? If there is a cult of squatting, it's interesting. We have cult of burpees, we have a cult of squatting, we have a cult of pull-ups online. Everything is just so, but I know that the cult of squatting is all angry at me right now, but the movement of squatting is extremely important. The load is less so. It is true for hypertrophy purposes. And I still believe this. High rep squatting might be the best way to get get the hypertrophy up. And I discuss this a lot in the Easy Strength Omni book. But for you, former military, 42, dealing with the squat pattern, keep doing those rucks. And I want you to look good, feel good, move good in your training. And let's just keep rebuilding that squat pattern until it feels good to squat. And if it doesn't feel good, I don't want you adding load. Okay? Thank you.